Hey, happy Monday, June the 19th. Get ready for these two verses because here it comes. Colossians 3, 18 and 19. Wives, submit yourselves to your husbands as is fitting in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and don't be bitter toward them. So here's the reminder. Remember, we're following Wayne Grudem's list of 53 verses and passages that it would be good to memorize. So Wayne Grudem chose these two verses as two verses that would be good for us to know and understand and hide in our hearts. And we need to remember, though, that these verses actually talk about relationship. This is not really just a command. First, the verse must be understood. In the second verse of this, the first verse in these two verses needs to be understood. The second verse needs to be explained. The biblical relationship is different from what we understand in the world around us. The truth is that it's surprising to me that we as believers will approach verses and certain passages and almost adopt a cultural thinking about it. Like, well, I don't like that one, so I'm going to pay less attention to it than I do to other verses, or I'm fully in agreement with this passage and this verse, so I'm gonna follow it very diligently. You see, we need to adopt and have a biblical understanding of what these verses represent. You see, marriage is a oneness. These are not verses that talk about a ruling, domineering command. You know, the Lord is Lord of the home. Lord is Lord in the home, and the Lord is Lord over everyone in the home. We have entrusted, God has entrusted to the husband from the very beginning, all the way to the garden. It's been entrusted to the husband to care for his home, God's creation, the garden. It has been given to man to care for. Now, I will admit, we can't avoid that two-word little statement in there, wives, submit. But we can ask, in what way? In what ways? See, I believe there's a biblical doctrine of male headship. I believe we find it all the way back in creation. God designs with order. And He designed with an order of biblical male headship. Man submits to God and loves his wife. She will submit to the Lord as well. But in our culture, in our society, we see this individualism rise up. See, we're going to consider the objections. We're going to consider the abuses of these two verses this week. But let's consider that these two verses are inspired by God and given to us for our good and for His glory. Colossians 3, 18 and 19. Wives, submit yourselves to your husbands as is fitting in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and don't be bitter toward them. And see you next time.